he has like a lot of motivation because this is a 2-year, $12 million deal. Now, Portland bought him out, so it's kind of like the Dame deal. Yeah. So he's still making money from Portland while in LA. So altogether, it's like roughly $33 million or so.
Yeah.
But where he's at in the league, if he does well with the Lakers, and that's a lot of eyes are going to be on you. You can get back into the max contract conversation.
Yeah, no, I mean that's his clear motivation.
Yeah.
Is that you are on a deal that's expiring in 2 years. Age-wise, you're still in a great part of your career, and performing with the Lakers puts you in position to go right back into the stratosphere salary.
Yeah.
But if you appear to be the reason the Lakers don't do well and you appear to not perform well, then you're probably going to be like a mid-level exception guy for your next contract cycle.
Lakers get their man, Deandre Ayton. All right, that news just broke down today. So Deandre Ayton is going to be joining Luka and LeBron on the Lakers. Okay. Now, of course, coming off of last season, it's been apparent that the Lakers need a big man. They needed a center. I mean, Rudy Gobert looked like Wilt Chamberlain literally against the Lakers in the playoffs. And so you need a center. And it's just a little. It's a few pieces to a lot because you come into the offseason, you could have more money to spend depending on what LeBron does, whether he opts in or opts out. All right, but he ends up opting in to his massive $52 million contract. So now you have less money to go out and spend. Deandre Ayton is probably the best center on the market at the time as a free agent. Okay, so he comes in now. He has a 2-year deal, player option on the second year, and he's right. When you look at Deandre Ayton, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad. Deandre Ayton is in his prime, right in his prime. He actually was in the same draft. If I'm not
as Luka.
I was going boom, as Luka, Trey, and those guys.
He was the top pick in that draft.
He was the number 1 pick in that draft, so he's right in his prime along with those other guys. He's always been a double-double guy. Never have as averaged less than 10 rebounds, so he's always been a double-double guy. Okay, so those are the positives. The negatives are people just don't know how much he likes basketball really, and he has been like an issue in the locker room at times at every stop he's been at.
What do you mean by that?
So like he's a guy that like gets into he's just difficult. They say they say he's just difficult to deal with.
Just kind of like an asshole.
Yeah. There you go. That's just been the word at all of these different stops. But he has like a lot of motivation because this is a 2-year, $12 million deal. Now, Portland bought him out, so it's kind of like the Dame deal. Yeah. So he's still making money from Portland while in LA. So altogether, it's like roughly $33 million or so.
Yeah.
But where he's at in the league, if he does well with the Lakers, and that's a lot of eyes are going to be on you. You can get back into the max contract conversation.
Yeah, no, I mean that's his clear motivation.
Yeah.
Is that you are on a deal that's expiring in 2 years. Age-wise, you're still in a great part of your career, and performing with the Lakers puts you in position to go right back into the stratosphere salary.
Yeah.
But if you appear to be the reason the Lakers don't do well and you appear to not perform well, then you're probably going to be like a mid-level exception guy for your next contract cycle. Yeah.
Like it's so important right here.
Yeah,
this stop here is so important. And on the court, I do not like the fit. Now they come out today. Luka has put out a message. He's excited or whatever, and I don't think he fits with Luka. He doesn't really. I mean, because Luka needs a rim protector and a rim runner center. I mean, that's just what he does. He made Jackson Hayes look so much better than he was. And I just was telling everybody the entire season, I was like, yo, Jackson Hayes is not this good. This is only because of Luka, and it's going to tail off. Jackson Hayes is a really bad basketball player. And there you go. JJ benches him and decides to just go with nobody and play 4-on-5. And Deandre Ayton, he's a guy like also another thing that they always say, he wants to be the guy. He wants the ball. He wants to be the central point of the offense. That's 1,000% not going to happen in LA. He's okay. He's not a bad rim protector. He's adequate. He's okay. Like, he's 7 feet. He's a legit 7-footer. he's agile. He's okay. Okay. But he's not going to rim run at all. He's more like a, face up, mid range. He could do a little bit in the post, a couple post moves. That's his game.
So
dump
what
it
was
down
their,
to me.
but why do you think why did they pick him versus?
Because they're
the best
desperate
on the
for
market.
size.
Yeah, yeah.
They're absolutely desperate for size.
Yeah.
He is the best option, and you're leveraging the idea that, hey, this guy, if he wants to make big bucks ongoing in the league, he needs to perform for us right now.
Yeah.
And so that aligns. I get where Bubba's coming from. I mean, in a lot of ways, he's kind of more of a center of yesteryear than the modern game. Again, you can't do anything with that, but the Lakers need somebody. And so
Bronny can't. Bronny's not?
He's going to play in the summer league. That's something.
Yeah. So I think that it was just kind of like they have to do something.
Yeah,
this is our best possible option, and we move forward from here.
And he has the tools.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like he's not totally.
You get a buyout guy that you don't have to pay all that much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another part of it. Your financial risk, for what you're potentially getting is excellent.
1,000%. So yeah, we'll definitely see. Now now you lose Dorian Finley, so you lose a perimeter defender. You bring in this guy. You still need some depth. If you're taking next year seriously, because with the Lakers, the 2027, like after this season, the 2026 offseason going into 2027, you have a ton of cap space, right? You're only going to have 2 to 3 guys on the roster. You can kind of remake this thing how you want. But at the same time, again, me and Pink was talking off air, and it's like, Luka's in his prime right now. Like LeBron claims he wants to win right now. Like, so what about this year? And again, you're gonna roll into. You made the Luka trade mid-season or sort of mid-season, and you're like, okay, we know this is not enough, but you play it out. You have to make that trade when it's you know what I mean. And now it looks like you're gonna be forced to roll this team again. It's pretty much the same team. Just add Ayton, and you're losing your best perimeter defender. And it's like, you're just gonna fucking punt another year.
It's just not perfect. I mean, that's the thing. It's just not perfect. And I mean, in a lot of ways, if there was a market for LeBron, I would be, in tune with moving on from him.
Yeah.
But apparently the word is there's no market for him.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. You're basically a 40-plus-year-old guy who commands a lot of money, who commands a lot of the ball, and who, is basically year to year. You can't build with year to year. It's not something that's possible. No. And again, you've got Luka in his prime. This was a necessary move. I don't think it makes them any kind of favorite. Probably entrenches them easily as a solid playoff team. But beyond that, I don't think there's any insurances unless something kind of funky happens.
Yeah.